Hi dear crypto investors, Bitcoin completed October with the strongest weekly gain in the last week since March of this year. That time its rally developed in response to the bank crisis in the US. The optimism in October was also the result of the events in the US, in particular the actions of the US Securities and Exchange Commission. For the uptrend of digital assets remains the same. Crypto investors are anticipating that the US regulator will approve a spot Bitcoin ETF or even a few ETFs. As we already told you in our previous videos, the first deadline is set for January 10th. It is the application of ARK Invest, the investment firm run by Katie Wood. Optimistic analysts assess a 90% chance that a spot Bitcoin ETF by ARK Invest will be green-lighted by that deadline. Besides, such applications were filed by other large American financial firms, for instance BlackRock, Bitwise, WisdomTree, Fidelity, and Investcom. Citing Chairman Gary Gensler, there are 8 to 10 applications for Bitcoin-based financial instruments on the table of the Commission. Interestingly, Gary Gensler and his ambiguous congratulation enabled Bitcoin's rally on the last day of October. The chairman tweeted on the occasion of the 15th anniversary of the flagship crypto. In his message, the official mentioned Bitcoin's white paper published on October 31, 2008, in which Satoshi Nakamoto explained this concept. On top of that, Gary Gensler called on crypto firms to obey the law on securities. This law, he again asserted his stance that crypto assets in the US should be assigned by securities. Curiously, the crypto community found out a good omen in his tweet for the coming approval of Bitcoin ETFs. Looking at Bitcoin's chart for the last week, we do not see sharp price swings. The token traded in a narrow range between 33,400 and 34,800. Nevertheless, the number one crypto logged the strongest weekly gain since March, as its price added more than 15%. On the whole, Bitcoin showed the fastest growth in October since January. The token surged by 28.5%. Interestingly, its rally in October was accompanied by growing demand from institutional investors such as asset management funds and similar firms. Bitcoin opened in November with a minor decline. However, experts are betting on its further growth. This bullish forecast rests on the scenario of the approval of the first Bitcoin ETF in the near future. Yesterday, the crypto had another excuse for growth and tested resistance above 35,500 at night. The Bitcoin took advantage of the weakness of the main fiat currency, the US dollar. The greenback went steeply down following the policy announcement by the US Central Bank. In response, the US dollar's value against the basket of 6 major currencies tumbled to 106.6 from 107.6. The Federal Reserve announced a long-awaited decision and kept the funds rate unchanged. Besides, Jerome Powell said that the path to the inflation target of 2% would be protracted. As for the forecast of the Fed's agenda for December, it will be sensitive to incoming economic data. Before the Fed's next policy meeting on December 13th, 2 inflation reports and 2 non-farm payrolls will have been released. The Fed chairman made it clear that the likelihood of rate cuts was out of the question. The crucial issue is whether to raise interest rates in December or maintain the settings of monetary policy. Cryptocurrencies could receive fresh impetus today. The news could be related to Grayscale. The investment company bids to convert its Trust Bitcoin ETF into a spot ETF. The firm made the first attempt 2 years ago but was rejected. Seeking injustice, Grayscale filed a lawsuit and won the case. The judge ruled that the regulator must consider the company's application for a second time. Today, on November 2nd, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is holding a closed-door hearing. The agenda includes settlement of lawsuits and administrative proceedings. By the way, on the back of this standoff, the value of shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has jumped by 220% since the beginning of the year. This figure exceeds, for example, the return on shares of NVIDIA, the top company from the S&P list and the manufacturer of graphics processors. Therefore, the possible approval of a Bitcoin ETF in the US, as well as the risks of escalating geopolitical tensions, are bullish factors for the price of the main cryptocurrency. The second largest crypto in terms of market capitalization is also extending its growth alongside Bitcoin. Ether's weekly gain looks modest as it rose by slightly more than 3%. Actually, the token began and finished the week from October 26th to November 1st, roughly at the same level. It printed a peak of $1,845 at the beginning and at the end of this period. During the week, Ether fell to support at $1,760 and consolidated under moderate volatility. On November 1st, 2023, co-founder of the Ethereum project, Vitalik Buterin, transferred to the Coinbase crypto exchange 100 Ether tokens to the amount of about $180,000. It's not the first of his recent transactions. In September, his wallet registered a transfer of 400 tokens to Coinbase. In October, he sent Ether worth $15 million to Gemini. Notably, Buterin himself claims that he has not sold Ether for his own enrichment since 2018. The mentioned transactions were carried out from a multi-signature wallet. This type of transfer requires that several users sign the payment at once. Solana boasts the most stunning rally in the last 7 days. The token skyrocketed by almost 33%. The price passed the way from support at $30.79 to a high at about $45. Perhaps the rapid rally is caused by the annual conference Solana Breakpoint. The event kicked off on October 30th, lasting for 5 days until November 3rd. Historically, Breakpoint serves as a floor for important announcements. This year is no exception. The conference is available to watch on Solana's YouTube channel. You can also watch our videos on YouTube or InstaForex TV channel. Don't forget to leave your comments below the video and ask any questions to our experts. Our regular review of the crypto market is over. See you online in a week on November 9th.